So today's guest is always talking about stories. But interestingly enough, maybe not the type of stories you're thinking about. Yeah, today's guest is always talking about how the numbers related to your business they tell a story. And so we are super excited to have with us in the virtual studio Eulica Kimber. Listen, she is backed by popular demand. She has graced this stage several times. She has been one of our in-person conference speakers. She has appeared in two of our book collaborations. And we are excited that Eulica Kimber is here with us, CPA, MBA, business coach, author, and speaker. And she's going to be talking about how to run your business by the numbers. We'll be right back after this quick intro. Don't you move. You're listening to and watching the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Charvette Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Charvette Mitchell.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. If you're brand spanking new to me, I am Charvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions, and we work with women entrepreneurs. Sometimes a few lucky men get sprinkled in to help them increase their revenues by focusing on their marketing, their visibility, and their branding. We do that primarily with one-on-one consulting services and our trademark 12-month program called the Platform Builder, this radio show as one of our outlets, events and book collaborations. And so we are always about what can motivate you, excite you, and influence you. And today's guest, I'm telling you what, she is going to bring it. We're going to be talking about the numbers. I know. Sometimes you're like, Charvette, is that a sexy topic? Listen, our guest today makes it a sexy topic. Let me greet a few people that are here. Hello, Dr. Valerie. Thank you for being with us. Listen, thank you so much. Wendy Lee coming all the way in from Wakanda. Hey, Gwen, thank you so much for being here. Listen, YouTube is holding it down. We got Kim, we got Deborah, we got Zanla. Thank you so much, family, being there over on YouTube. Certainly shouting out to my mom. Hey there, thanks for being here as always. And so we invite you to tag someone, tag a friend, and say, hey, you know what, join in. Thank you so much, Michelle from Atlanta. We are glad to have you coming on in from Atlanta. We also know that we are simulcasting on some of our guest stations as well. So welcome for all of those that are connected to Eulica who are here because of her platform as well. And so let me tell you a little bit more about her as we get ready to bring her up to the stage. Eulica Kimber, CPA, MBA, business coach, author, speaker. She is one of those people that is just like so amazing to know and to listen to because she has such a plethora of experience. And so certainly as a certified public accountant, she teaches entrepreneurs about accounting and financial metrics and how to run a business by the numbers, hashtag business by the numbers. She uses her more than 30 years experience in accounting, audit, and process improvement to help her clients achieve their goals. She has a brand new workbook and book planner that's out. You'll hear all about it. Again, backed by popular demand, no stranger to our platform. Put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Eulica Kimber. Hey, girl, hey.
Hello. What an introduction.
This is what we do over here.
Thank you for having me again. I have not wanted my welcome yet.
No, you have not. Listen. You are not getting rid of us. You are not getting rid of us. Listen. Wendy Lee is saying one of Petersburg
is in the house. The 804 is in the house.
Is in the house, and so I don't want to assume that all of our listeners and clients know about you because certainly all of our audiences are growing all the time. But when did the accounting bug bite you, and how did it bite you?
Probably in high school. I had an exceptional gift or knack for numbers. I excelled in all things math, but I did not know that you could have. I never met an accountant before. I was in a club called DECA, Distributive Education Club of America. It's a business club.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't want to be a math teacher. And the counselor's like, girl, it's other careers with math than math. So I ended up choosing accounting. So at 17 years old, I said, I'm going to be an accountant. I hadn't met an accountant. I wouldn't choose everybody to choose a career that way. I didn't know really what accountants did. So I went to Virginia State University, majored in accounting, got hired straight out of, really before graduation, the federal government doing accounting. And I've been doing accounting, audits, process improvement, writing SOP, everything accounting and process related for a long, long time.
Wow. What kind of foresight at 17 to say, I'm going to be an accountant, and never even seeing one, not knowing one in person. I heard Les Brown say that, and he said, I heard him say this probably about 28 years ago now. We have to allow young people to be able to see themselves in the future and be able to see, I can do that. I can do that. And so now you are that for somebody.
Yeah, I am. And I think that it's really about my parents supporting that, people in my church. All my mother could really understand is that I was going to work in an office. We did housekeeping for many years at the local hospital. And so she was supportive, like, oh, my daughter's going to have an office job. That's really, so however the support comes, that's what you need. You don't have to be a PhD to support your child. Just push them along the way. And they were very proud of me. So that's how, and I followed that path, and I've been doing this for a long, long time. I later got an MBA from the College of Women Mary, somewhere in between there, between having kids, having a family. I've earned my CPA. And so I've been doing it a long time.
All right. So I'm curious to know what is different. What has changed? How is the landscape different, even 10, 15 years ago in this accounting space, in particular for entrepreneurs, and what you kind of see and people are experiencing now?
Definitely it's technology. It's technology. So now you don't have to rely solely on your accounting professional. There's no excuse not to have accounting records in front of you, because you can sign up for a service. Some are free, some are cheap, and you can actually have data in front of you. So I'm going to say this to the audience. I know it's April, tax time. You should not have just pulled some papers out and took them to your accountant here in April. Actually, you should have sent them an electronic file or invited them to your records, because technology is here to change those things. And so technology is the biggest thing. Just like we're able to stream from our personal offices, that wasn't there before. But same thing with accounting services. You can sign up for an accounting software, connect it to your bank account. I'm jumping ahead in my points, but
you good.
Technology removes the excuses. You should be able to talk about your business in the terms of numbers, not just that I had 2 coaching clients. I had 2 coaching clients about this client, this amount of income. This is how much I spent on my StreamYard, on my Zoom, that supports that. You should be able to talk in numbers. So
which is
running your business by the numbers.
Which is a perfect segue into our topic tonight. If you're just popping on in, hey there, hey, you're checking out the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We have our guest, Miss Eulica Kimber, here with us. And our topic today is how to run your business by the numbers. So not by emotion, not by anything else, but really kind of looking at your numbers. Why are people scared what is the fear around us looking at our numbers?
I think that it's where the rubber meets the road, and it's actually where accountability is.
Yeah.
So you can hold yourself accountable. You can say, okay, Charvette, you and I are going to go into flip-flop business. Nobody has better flip-flops than us. And this is all in our heads. But if we put that online and nobody is buying it, or we open a store, the numbers are telling us, no, girl, you need to do something else, or change something, or find the people that you're selling to. It's really, the numbers give you accountability. So if we say, oh no, not only the online didn't work, let's build a building and sell these flip-flops. This is putting good money after bad, because we are hell bent, excuse my language, because we are so in love with our flip-flop business or whatever your business is, that you aren't figuring out what the customer needs or getting in the right place to sell that item. So the numbers give you accountability and a reality check. You need to see that zero in your bank account.
Because that's going to put some fire under you. Like
some fire, yes. You should know. If you're a hairdresser, you should know how many heads it takes to pay your rent. If you're a hairdresser, if you're a website developer, you should know how many websites you need to develop to cover your basic costs of your business. Like that should roll off your tongue easily. And that includes all expenses, including taxes. So it's really about accountability.
Listen, Gwen said good info already. Listen, we don't pull no punches over here. We get right on into it. Hello, Miss January. Thank you for being here, Miss January.
Hello.
Oh my goodness.
It's stressful for me because I see people quitting their jobs or diving into entrepreneurship full time, and they haven't done that assessment. And many times, this might hurt, they walked away from their job because they didn't want accountability. They don't want to answer to nobody, which is okay. But you have to answer to yourself by looking at your numbers every month.
Yeah.
So guess what? Your business is going to turn into a job. You're going to have to show up. You're going to have to do the post. You're going to have to meet the customers. So whatever you thought you were walking away from, you're actually creating it. And your numbers are going to tell you what you need to do to make your business profitable.
Listen. You are, I wasn't going to bring this up, but listen, hot off the press, those that pre-ordered, your orders are going in the mail tomorrow. But the reason why I bring this up, Eulica, is my chapter in Prepare for Purpose is called Your Exit Strategy. And people over the years ask, what did you do to leave corporate America? Those of you that are new to me, I left corporate America 5 years ago, February, and I do a 12 components around what to do to prepare to leave corporate America. And definitely
I can guess. I haven't read it yet, but I can guess money is in there.
A couple of times. A couple of the points are related to money. So
your numbers hold you accountable.
Yeah. So that leads into this beautiful planner and workbook. So tell us about this. It is available.
My baby. That is the Business by the Numbers Small Business Planner. It is a workbook and planner, and it teaches and leads business owners. It's undated, so you can start in April. It's cool. It's quarterly. It leads you through the process of running your business by the numbers. It asks you what you're going to sell. It's a pricing worksheet to help you price your items, because you can't just pull a price out your head. It really has to cover the costs of running your business. And then it also sets places for you to set goals, monthly, quarterly, annually. And then at the end of each month, which is my favorite thing, at the end of each month is a couple worksheets that walk you through the process of assessing the month and what went well. What were your top sellers? What didn't work? What do I need to adjust? Because you should be tweaking all along. You should not, Charvette, I'm sorry to say, our flip-flop business failed. We're going to do something else, though.
Right. We're gonna make it happen some other kind of way. Hello, everybody that's coming on in. Hey, Carlethia. Hey. It was the best choice my sister made. Now she's the boss. That's right. That's my blood sister. That's my blood sister right there.
Exactly.
Let's see here. Let me capture this comment coming in from my Facebook community. I'm undated too.
That's Wendy.
Comedian Wendy Lee. You know that's what. Haven't had a date in years. You know what? Any correlation between, this is a good topic. Any correlation between dating and accounting and knowing your money. So
I think it goes back to accountability. You can ask questions. You can't have squishy answers. Are you successful? Do you have a job? Like you can get firm answers, just like from your business. Am I a dating coach now? You can ask straight up questions. And you can ask our flip-flops. Flip-flops, are you selling? No, I'm not. We have a warehouse full of them. So you have to know your numbers. And I want to talk about quickly 3 points that you need to run your business by the numbers. One is that you need an accounting system. Now, you may have an accountant or may have a bookkeeper, but you need to have access or reports from them on I would say, weekly and monthly basis. If it's an electronic tool, they can invite you to it so you can view your reports. You need to be able to see what you're collecting, what you're spending, because you're making stuff. I'm signing up for subscriptions and stuff all over the place, and you might not remember, all that you have.
Yeah.
That's number one. You need an accounting system. Number two, you need a business bank account. You need a bank account that is separate from your personal bank account. It should not be commingled. And that business bank account should be connected to the accounting system so all the transactions flow through. See my flow? This is flow through.
Yes.
I talk with my hands. And number three, so you talked about you left your job. Yeah. You still need to have a meeting. Guess what? You need to have a meeting with yourself about your numbers every month.
Yeah,
I know you can glance at it, but you need to sit down at the end of the month, even sometimes during the week, but at the end of the month, at a minimum, to run your numbers and review your numbers. What did you sell? How much did it cost for you to make it? Did you have to drive? Did you acquire new customers? How much did it cost you? How much was your ad spend on Facebook, Google, or whatever? You have to know what is the return on investment, and it has to make sense to your numbers. So maybe you'll start small with something. Okay, I'm going to spend $50 a month, $20 a month on this ad thing. I'm going to see where it goes. Oh, this book performed better than this. Okay, let me put more ads. It's by the numbers. So you're making decisions by the numbers. So you're not all over the place. You're focused. Yeah. And I would even say, if we look at our companies that that we buy from, Google, Walmart, they are very focused.
Yes.
Very focused. So if I say the name, you know what they sell. And you'll see the prices go up and down. You're like, why are they charging me for napkins at this restaurant? Because it costs money. I would say every entrepreneur, don't you ever complain about that. When a small business is covering their costs, act like you run a business also.
Yeah.
So you have to capture those costs. So just making sure that you are aware of the money coming in and also going out, because it could be bleeding out as quickly as you're bringing it in. But if you're not taking the time, having the meeting with yourself to really take time and look at those numbers, that's not the fun part of the business.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do it. Wouldn't you hate for at the end of the year, this is April, for your tax person to say, you was in the hole since 6 months ago? Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. We've got some questions coming in. I know you got some points. We got some good questions coming in. So Brenda said, what is a good accounting system for small online retail businesses? I love that specific question.
Two that I can give you. There's several. So Wave Accounting is one that is free, and it's Wave Apps, I think is the website. I'm sorry, I don't have it. So you can Google Wave Accounting and it'll come up. But any accounting system, QuickBooks is the one, QuickBooks Online. There's Xero. There's some others. It doesn't matter which one. Pick one and use it. That's more important.
And is there any distinction because it's retail versus service-based?
No. So how we fix that is through the chart of accounts, which is the categories of income and expense. So no, for a small business, you should be able to use an off-the-shelf, already available system, QuickBooks Online, Wave, Xero, or any of those. They even have some bookkeeping services that would do it for you, but it should not matter. It shouldn't matter. The chart of accounts will actually, the chart of accounts will have categories for the things you sell. So like for me, you saw Charvette hold the book. I have a line on my thing that says workbook sales. So yours will have whatever you sell. So your chart of accounts, and that's where your accountant can help you do that. I can help you do that if you choose to. And also most of them have a little wizard where they'll walk you through what is your type of business, and they'll help you with the chart of accounts. And every transaction will match a category.
I love that. Yes. And yes, Brenda is saying, thanks. Great. Thank you for that question, Brenda. I see a couple other questions. But while people are listening and saying, okay, I need Eulica in my life, what's the best way to, engage with you?
Okay. Plan to Prosper Academy is where the hub of where everything is. There it is down there. Plan to Prosper Academy. I do bookkeeping. I do not do taxes, but I will refer you to somebody that's good. But I think whatever you do, you have to decide, come to the conclusion that this is something that is important for you, that you need your numbers. So you're not looking for someone to do your books for you necessarily. You're looking for a partner to help you get your money story together so you can interpret it and make database decisions, run your business by the numbers. So I do coaching. So when we set up profit plans, we write up your mission. We could do your vision to see how you're not profitable or how we can make you more profitable. So I do a lot of different things. If you go to my website, you'll see all of that there. I do an online course. If you're so confused about accounting, you don't know nothing I said, I have a course, Accounting Basics for Entrepreneurs. I do a lot of stuff. So whatever level of service you need, or you can just get the planner. The planner is on Amazon. And they're different covers. I'm not a basic girl. I like color. I like, and I think the cheetah print is coming up soon. That's going to be ready. Amazon was reviewing it as of a couple days ago. So it's 9 different covers, the same information, but I'm not a basic girl. I work with unbasic
people. I love it. Full color. And so you got a couple different viewers and listeners. There's a couple different ways. If you just popped in, welcome to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. We are chatting it up with somebody backed by popular demand, Eulica Kimber, CPA, MBA, business coach, author, speaker. She has graced the stages of our in-person conferences, our virtual summits, and been a part of our book collaborations. You will see her at the 2023 the Platform Builders Summit, hot off the press, and so we certainly can attest to her. So we're excited that you all are here. A follow-up question. So for those that are saying, okay, I have my bank accounts are separated out. My personal stuff is over here. I have one business bank account. What are there other bank accounts I could, if I'm that person, like I'm straight on, I'm not commingling, but I'm hearing in the wind, profit first and different things. Should I have multiple bank accounts for my business?
Profit first is a nice to, not a have to. Start with the basics. You can add that later. So that's like where you have a savings account. I would say you definitely need to make sure you have a business bank account. So not all accounts are business accounts. You can have multiple. If you have payroll, I often recommend that you have a separate payroll account. So when people get paid, you can put that money to the side, and you're not buying, some weave with the payroll.
With somebody's payroll.
And also you got to put, because your payroll is more than just the net amount. It's also their taxes and whatever other money that you have. So it's nice to have that in a separate account. But definitely make sure that it is a business bank account, not just your old checking account, but a business bank account that is registered in the name of your business.
Awesome. And so we have Mahogany Butler. Any tips for making sure you choose the right bookkeeper? That's such a great question.
It is a good question. So I would say, as a bookkeeper, I'll make sure that you are the right client. Make sure that you are in tune. You're not coming to drop stuff off, but you're looking for a partner who's going to give you information on a regular basis. So I would definitely ask, do they use an online accounting system? How would they share reports with you? I would ask for at least weekly or monthly, at minimum monthly. Weekly reports would be good. If they can do custom reports, talk to them about how often you need. Talk to them about how you want to set up your chart of accounts. So they should be asking you what you sell, how you sell it, how often, whether you use like Etsy or Stripe or whatever. They should be having those conversations with you so they can set up your accounting system correctly. But definitely, I would say most bookkeepers are pretty good, especially if they've been doing it for a while. The problem is the client. So they got all this information. They swiping for their groceries. It's all mixed together. It's harder to find a good client than to find a good bookkeeper. All the bookkeepers can say amen.
If you're a bookkeeper, come say amen. Say amen. Mahogany,
yeah, you can't say the bookkeeper is bust if you haven't been communicating with them.
Yeah.
Trust and communication. So you need to know up front what information, how often you'll be able to see it. I say you should have continuous access. With QuickBooks Online and Wave, you should be able to pull it up on your phone and see what your transactions are, what your sales are on a daily basis. I even know, even in my sleep, Charvette, I was sleeping and my phone did a little thing. It was a sale coming through. Somebody registered for the course. But yeah, you should have continuous in this day of technology. There's no reason for you not to have continuous information. You need to know the sales and the expenses of your business intimately. And at some point, if it's too much for you to do that and your day-to-day business, it's time to fire yourself, hire someone to do some repetitive tasks so you can focus on those numbers and see what's going on so you can drive change.
All right. Thank you. And thank you, Mahogany. I am positive, 100% positive that you are not alone and you were just brave enough to type that, look, this part of my business scares me the most. And so you are not, I'm positive you are not alone. There are listeners and viewers that feel
absolutely
the same.
But this is what we got in business for. It is not a hobby. It is not for the sake of doing whatever your business. I don't know what her business is. She can post that if she like, but it's not for the sake of that. And I think we as women, particularly Black women, we have a hard time asking for our worth. We have a hard time looking at. So if you want to make $100,000, you got to back into, and that's in the workbook too. If you want to make $100,000, it teaches you how to back into how many sales do you need to make to do that? How many do you need to do a week? How many do you need to do a month, a quarter? For you to do that. And I think sometimes as women in general, but specifically Black women, we have a hard time asking for our worth. Because if you look at your numbers, you might see, oh no, I don't need to sell this for 25. It needs to be 35. And that is hard. That's an executive decision.
Yeah.
That when you have that business meeting with yourself, that might be the answer.
And and I think a distinction to insert right here is that your pricing is related to the value of what you are offering, not your intrinsic value. And so sometimes there is an association, men, not as much, women, some of what I'm charging is, and if somebody says no, it's like a ding against me. When if we're able to, if we can separate, I think that would help. The numbers are here. Me as a person, I'm priceless. So you can't pay me my worth because I am priceless. But my service has value, and there is a dollar figure we can associate with.
And the value is the transformation or lift that you're giving. I'll give you an example. If you think about like a gas station or like a 7-Eleven, their prices are a little higher.
Yeah.
They have the same candy bar that's at Walmart, but it's about convenience, their location, and they're open 24 hours or whatever. So you have to think about what you're offering and and sometimes that's what I'm saying is it's accountability. Looking at your numbers is also a reflection of you and what you feel about yourself. Now, I'm not telling you to sell a hot dog for $1 million.
Right. Sorry.
I'm not telling you to sell a hot dog for $1 million. For $1 million.
Sorry.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I think I don't know. Everything's okay. Everything is okay.
Okay. But yeah, so don't Mahogany, don't be afraid of the numbers. The numbers, the money wants to come to you. Money is chasing you, money is following you, and you can't let that fear repel it. But you need to look at your numbers and see what you saw. You're gonna get, it's gonna turn into a game. Especially when you start playing with like the ad spend, like, oh, when I put an extra ad spend, when I wrote this copy, oh, so I need to spend money on a copywriter who can help me with my copy and when you start making little tweaks like that, it's gonna become a game to you where you look forward to seeing your numbers.
Yeah, we've got another question, just a couple more here. I have Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. I have QuickBooks for my business. I have some things separated correctly. Can you tell us for the payroll and you pay yourself, do you have to have a payroll account when you do that? So it sounds like maybe she
means bank account. I recommend a payroll account because you can sit that money aside. So when IRS comes and taps it, it isn't in the main account. It's probably getting a little deep, and we probably need to talk offline about that, because that's the other thing that there is no one size fit all answer for everybody. So you should not be, doing because your neighbor did. So do you have a payroll system for your taxes, and what percent? So QuickBooks Online has a payroll feature. So you can, I think somewhere in there, you'll see a place to add payroll through QuickBooks.
Yes.
So since you're always on QuickBooks Online, and it will meld right with your accounting system, and add the right chart of the ledger accounts for your reports and everything. But that also gets into business formation, whether you're a sole proprietorship, an S Corp, LLC. So it's not a one size fit all. But if you inbox me or reach out to me, we can try to get you to the right place. But thank you for talking about paying yourself, because a lot of people aren't even pricing to pay themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're just covering the bare minimum of what it takes. And sometimes they're not even doing that. They're spending way more money than they're bringing in. But definitely.
Good.
And an S Corp. So it's two different entities. And also it needs to be a separate bank account for each entity. Each entity, like an LLC or a S Corp, is like a person. And so you should not be commingling the LLC and S Corp stuff in the same bank account. As a matter of fact, when you went to go open the business bank account, they're going to ask you for what business is it for. So that needs to be separated. And we probably need to talk offline for that. Charlotte, are you frozen? Maybe she is. But definitely, I'm excited about folks looking into paying themselves, which is very important. You're welcome, Michelle. You are so welcome. So yeah, definitely make sure that LLC and S Corp have separate business bank accounts. Hopefully they're separate functions, but we can talk about that later if you want to reach out to me at plantoprosperacademy.com or everywhere on social media. Charvette is gone. I guess she'll be back. I have taken over the show, people. She'll be back on Eulica Kimber CPA everywhere, on Instagram, on Facebook. And if you look on my Instagram and my link, you'll see the link to all of how to reach out to me, how to get to my site, and how to order the book. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Do you mind telling me what your business is? And I would add too about the business, the meeting that you're going to have with yourself, that you are actually looking at your sales by item that you sell. You need to have your sales broken down so you can compare what you're selling. Like if you do hair and do makeup, you need to be seeing what each of them are doing separately and together. How do they sell when they are together? So you're giving yourself back some good feedback on what that is. And so you can make planning for the next quarter. And you do not have to wait until the end of the year to make a change. You can alter and change your product mix, what you're selling, how you're selling, where you're selling it on an ongoing basis. You can test products. If you want to test something in the marketplace, even test advertising dollars and see how that goes, and then you get feedback and adjust accordingly. Oh, she said, great way to fill in. But definitely, so I'm excited about entrepreneurship when it comes to African American women. And African American women are the fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs in the nation. But just like many things that we do, we don't always have the expertise to execute or sustain that business and make sure that it is profitable. So we cannot be fearful of those numbers. When you were on the job, you are not fearful of the paycheck. Actually, the job was a blessing because it taught you structure, how to do stuff on time, gave you a skill set. Definitely mine did, because I did accounting and audit all those years. But it's a great way. It's better back. Praise the Lord.
So this is so crazy. I'm glad that you know how to just keep it moving and all the things. Like literally my internet went out. So anyway, carry on.
So I have I've taken over. This is what happened to Wendy Williams.
Take over the show. Keep going, sis. Keep going.
So the question is, I have an event. So this is Michelle. I have an event planning and event rentals company, but I help out some colleagues. Jumped up with admin and delivery of florals while I market and grow my business. Okay, so yeah, so definitely we can talk offline about like which entity the LLC or S Corp goes with which parts of those. But your business gives me an idea what your financial report look like. So I should see income by event, whether it's a live event, whether it's a birthday party, whatever kind of event. So it should be pricing for that. And also event rentals. We should also see that so you can invoice people individually. They should be getting invoices that itemizes it, and especially the events. So an accounting system can do that. You might have another front system that does it. Honeybook is good for that as well, which you would connect to the accounting system. All right, back to you, Charvette.
Listen, this is reality TV. This is reality radio.
This is what happened to Wendy and Sherry Shepherd, you know.
See, y'all, I hope y'all still take me back. Because Eulica, thank you so much. My sister was like, Kim, you did a great job.
Thank you.
So one last time, all the connection points, how they can work with you, all your services.
Okay. So my main website is plantoprosperacademy.com. There's where you'll see everything there. You'll see the way to buy the book. The link is there. Sign a course, to coach with me one-on-one, or to even sign up for bookkeeping. Also on social media and YouTube, I'm Eulica Kimber CPA everywhere. Thank God my mother gave me a unique name, Eulica Kimber CPA. Google me and you'll find me. But thank you again for having me, Charvette. As always, it's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
She used that love honey, but that's good. Oh yeah, we can line that up, make sure it's flowing correctly. We can talk about those numbers, Mahogany, and so you can get comfortable with the reporting. There's reporting within Honeybooks, and my Honeybook is connected also to QuickBooks Online, and they can give you some powerful information about what you're selling, how to adjust your sales mix, how to package it. Definitely. We are rebuking fear of money today. We are not afraid of the numbers. We are running our businesses by the numbers.
Yes, we are. Wonderful. Well, Eulica, thank you so much for being here and being an amazing host and co-host. And we will keep our eye out on you. And ladies and gentlemen, and those that are watching, thank you for being here. We'll see you all later on the web. Bye.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Get Charvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m. interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited,